Fox News completely defecated on Medicare for All in a recent segment where they made a really stupid argument on how more people want lower healthcare costs than wanting Medicare for All. Let's take a look at this video and then I'm going to explain why that argument is absolutely terrible. Take a look.
Medicare for All has become the bumper sticker campaign promise for several 2020 Democratic presidential candidates. But according to new polling, more Americans are focusing on healthcare costs rather than making sweeping changes or repealing Obamacare. So for more insight, let's turn to Bipartisan Policy Center's Senior Vice President and former Director of the Senate Budget Committee, Bill Hoagland. Bill, thank you for coming on the show. And, you know, the healthcare industry has really been thrilled by the fact that the former Vice President Joe Biden has entered the race. They kind of see him as a savior to what so many of his Democratic opponents want, Medicare for All. I know you're not advising the former VP, but if you were, I mean, his healthcare platform still has not come out yet. So if you were advising him, what do you think the Vice President's healthcare platform should be?
Well, you're right. I'm not advising him, but if I were advising him, I'd say be pragmatic about it. Medicare for All is extremely expensive.
There it is. It's expensive. How are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for it? Jeez, man. Fox News is a broken record, but I will save that argument for later. Let me address the really stupid argument with what this whole segment started with. They literally stated most Americans want lower healthcare costs more than Medicare for All, according to new polling. That's so obvious. Like, you're making an argument that Medicare for All is not a good idea because of, and then insert the most obvious statement ever. Go up to anyone and ask them, do you want lower healthcare costs? I guarantee you, you're never going to run into someone who says, no, I like higher healthcare costs. Higher healthcare costs is better. Yes, I want higher healthcare costs. Now, if you go around and ask people, do you want Medicare for All? You are going to get some no's. But I guarantee you, you will never find someone, I don't know anyone who's going to say, healthcare costs, I like it when they go up. Yes, good. Are we really talking about this right now? So understand, 52% of Republicans want Medicare for All. 85% of Democrats want Medicare for All. 70% of Americans want Medicare for All. So this whole bullcrap argument that like Medicare for All is not really something that Americans want, kind of is. It actually is. So the thing is, yes, Americans want to lower healthcare costs. Americans want lower anything cost. Like, fill in the blank there, and Americans are like, yeah, I like that. That's good. Now, is it good to force that? That's where people start disagreeing. Should we force iPhone costs to be a lot lower? Probably not. That would probably cause Apple to go into, a tough position. But if you go around and said, would you like lower iPhone costs? I guarantee you most people would say, yeah, that'd be kind of nice. I could use a new iPhone. Think about your segments before you do stupid segments. Like, think about it. Use your freaking noggin. You're not thinking at all, Fox News. If this is what you're having to go to, that's sad. But then you have to say, like, Joe Biden is the saving grace to the Democratic field. No, they're not. 52% of Republicans want Medicare for All. 85% of Democrats want Medicare for All. How is Joe Biden the saving grace to Democrats? Only 15% support Joe Biden's healthcare plan. At most. How is Joe Biden all of a sudden really like popular? No. No. That's not how polling works. You can't say, hey, more people like this than I could equally say more people like oxygen than Medicare for All. Yeah, that doesn't mean Medicare for All sucks. That does not mean that. That's literally the argument Fox News is making here. And then at the very end, this Joe Biden previous advisor basically said, yeah, it's expensive. It's going to cost like $35 trillion. even though it would save $37 trillion, according to the same study that he's referencing. It's going to cost $35 trillion. How are we going to pay for it? You pay for it by not paying $10,000 a year on premiums, on average, every single citizen, which is going to net save you $2 trillion extra. You are going to make a net $2 trillion profit, according to a study funded by the Koch brothers, a right-wing pair of guys. I don't know how to say that. That was awkward. But yeah, this segment was terrible in so many ways, every single way. So another thing, by the way, Bernie Sanders went on Fox News. He went on your show. He explained how to pay for it. He made it very clear. So here's the thing, Fox News, and I know this might sound really challenging to like wrap your mind around because you're so engulfed in this right-wing agenda. When someone answers your question and makes a claim like how they're going to pay for it, you should probably reference that when you're referencing the policy. So when you talk about Medicare for All from now on, maybe you should reference the same guy that talks about Medicare for All who proposed the freaking bill in the first place. Maybe you should talk about what he said on this issue, especially since you had him on. It's not like this is like an unknown thing. You went on your show. Yeah, but breaking news, guys. People like oxygen more than Medicare for All, therefore Medicare for All sucks. Wow, what an argument.